Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing Cornered, where the goal is for each player to place their royal king on their corresponding highlighted square. The two other kings play as normal pieces. We also have three variant pieces: the Dragon Knight, which is a knight that can't jump, the Sergeant, which moves and captures forwards and diagonally, and the Soldiers, which are pawns that move and capture straight ahead. My goal is to win one game. Let's get started with game number one. All right, game number one, we get the yellow pieces, which means we move second. Oh, and we get paired with Burger King. I think Burger King was in yesterday's episode. Oh, and I don't have the chat up again, but they do say hi. I'm gonna say hi and good luck. All right, I'll get the chat up after this game. So my understanding is that we're supposed to try and stop this king from getting to this square, which shouldn't be that difficult, because if I just move the soldier straight ahead, it basically unleashes this knight that can't jump and allows it to protect that square. We also obviously have this king that directly stops it, but I kind of want to play with this king. It's going to be one of my more powerful pieces, considering this army got pretty heavily nerfed with the brand new variant pieces. So everything's going to be a little bit more slow moving than we're kind of accustomed to in regular chess. This is another idea that I saw was kind of popular among the higher rated players, is this little fianchetto, because obviously the Sergeant can only come out on a single square, and it is that B2 square. So we want to clear the way for it. It also allows the bishop to come out potentially and attack down this diagonal. We get this pawn moving straight ahead, which does target this soldier, and I can actually defend it by advancing this soldier straight ahead. So we'll allow this space for the Sergeant, and we'll allow this diagonal for the bishop, defending these two soldiers, which are both threatening to capture each other. All right, we get the Dragon Knight developed. So they're going with a different strategy, since this Dragon Knight is not going to hang out and defend this kind of critical square. Instead, it's going to come out and target this soldier. Unfortunately, I think it cuts off the bishop in the process of doing that, so I think I can just take this for free. I don't know if I can hold on to that material, but I can definitely take it right now. Ooh, oh, the Dragon Knight advances, and I don't think that Burger King is familiar with how the soldier moves, because it does feel like it's a pawn, and they're even in a kind of pawn-looking structure, but it's definitely not a pawn, so I can take that Dragon Knight with my soldier. Right, the knight takes back, and actually I think I'm going to lose two soldiers for that Dragon Knight, which might almost be close to fair. Okay, this soldier is attacked twice, so it doesn't really matter what I try and defend it with. I'm just going to focus on developing my other pieces, sort of clearing the way for them to start coming out into the position. All right, they do in fact capture our soldier. Let's start developing. It's funny too, because I think I should be developing my king as well, but it's so counterintuitive to play with the king as a regular piece. Even though because it defends, or rather attacks, one square in every single direction, it is one of the stronger pieces that I have. The knight comes out and targets the king. I don't know if that's a fair trade, so I'm going to continue to advance my king, target the knight right back, and you can see we're grabbing a little bit of space. We're also running down the opponent's clock a little bit. If we can sufficiently sort of squish their position and grab plenty of space, we might even be able to flag them. So they advance their soldier, threatens to take. I'm just going to keep developing, I think. I think anything else is overthinking it. Sure, the Sergeant comes out to play. Let's do the same thing over here. Yeah, and I need to pick up the pace a little bit here because I'm down to 31 seconds. And there's no increment, I just realized. Okay, so I need to play way faster. Yeah, let's go this way. Yeah, I need to play way faster than I have been. Let's push this, threaten the knight. Again, it can't be captured because these are not like regular pawns. We'll push again. Now the question is, how do I actually break into the position? Let's shuffle this king out as well. The more the merrier at the moment, and I always have this Dragon Knight defending the square. They shuffle over, so now I have to be careful, because if I do move back, it does cut off that Dragon Knight and stop it from defending the square, but we are up on time now. All right, let's shuffle this guy backwards. If the knight comes in, I might just trade it. Actually, that's not a trade, that's free, because again, these are not pawns. Yeah, so I can take this for free. Even though the king does get close, that square is still defended, so I'll just keep grabbing some space. Nice, the king advances, I can take again. It wasn't the king defending though, it was in fact the Dragon Knight, and with that we do win game number one. I love playing these new variants because my rating always goes up an insane amount, 44 points of rating. They do want a rematch, I'm more than happy to accept it. This time we get the red pieces, which is basically the same thing as getting the white pieces. I'm gonna go with the exact same idea. Immediately unleash the Dragon Knight, allow it to defend this square, and then just try and grab a whole bunch of space. Right, so they're grabbing space as well. Let's go here next. I figure that grabbing space sort of on this side is more critical than grabbing space over here for pretty obvious reasons. All right, the Sergeant comes out to play, targets this soldier, so I'm gonna go here and defend it. Sure, the knight comes out as well. Let's go with this idea. Allows this sergeant to develop. The sergeant can come out this way. I think the knight will come out back here. And then we'll either place the bishop here or just fianchetto it behind the sergeant. Ooh, the knight moves forward, which means I can take it, and they do take back. Okay, let's go. Let's play a little bit of a sneaky move. We'll move here, but we're threatening to capture that soldier. Couldn't do it with the bishop because the bishop is busy defending this soldier over here. Right, the king comes out to play. Oh, I can't actually take this because the sergeant could take back. So I need more pressure on that soldier. Let's start moving this king out, I think. Yeah, we can move the king up to here actually, and then put more pressure on the soldier. And now we are threatening to take it because we have 2 pieces targeting it and only 1 defending. Ooh, the soldier advances. You can see they're doing the same thing we did of placing that dragon knight in the corner and kind of just leaving it there. And now they've unleashed it by advancing the soldier. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take. And then, oh, can this thing not capture diagonally? Well, that's kind of a major oversight on my part. Ooh, how do I get that out of my hair then? Should I just take this way? I'm gonna find out that they can capture forwards though. Okay, no, I'm totally fine. Whew, that was a close one. The dragon knight comes out to play, of course, I will retreat, which means that dragon knight is no longer looking at this square. I'm doing much better about staying even on time in this game. Partially because I'm making moves that I'm not totally sure if they work. Okay, let's just keep pushing. Let's start developing some pieces. Right, bishop comes out, targets the soldier. I kind of have to defend it. Let's do it with the knight like this. Right, soldier advances. I'm not even gonna overthink it. I think trading that off is probably totally fine. Sure. Oh, that's right. It's a pawn that just happens to move weirdly, so it only captures like this, as far as I remember. All right, so the sergeant does take back. They've got some pretty good pressure on the square at the moment. I just don't know that I can do anything about that. Let's bring out this sergeant and defend the soldier again, and then maybe I can reroute the knight to cover this square. Right, the sergeant moves down, forks the king and the knight. Let's go ahead and shuffle over. Oh my goodness, wait, what? Wait. Oh my goodness, no, I should have read the rules way more carefully. I'm gonna be honest, I think I got tunnel vision and I thought it was just the movement that was different. Holy cow, what is this? Okay, so they captured and promoted to a rook. Oh my goodness, I'm in deep water. Oh my goodness, I'm in deep water right now. And I have 29 seconds to get myself out of this. Holy cow. Okay, the king shuffles over, sure. I'll move back and then I'll just shuffle out of the way, and then the dragon knight sees that square again, so we're at least temporarily fine. Sure, we'll shuffle over, get that rook out of here. Holy cow, they promoted to a rook. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You can promote to a rook when you get to this square. Sure, the dragon knight comes out. Don't think that's a huge concern, but the time is, okay, let's go here. Right, because this isn't actually threatening anything since it's blocked off. Oh, which means I could have taken the rook as well because it's not defending that either. Ooh, I need to grab that rook if they don't move it on the next turn. Yeah, time trouble when you're unfamiliar with the pieces. Oh, worst case scenario, they move the rook back. I genuinely do think I can flag them. I'm gonna feel horrible about it after, but I do think that's what I'm gonna have to pull away with here. Okay, I'm gonna take back. This is also free now. I can take that as well. They do. Oh, they take this. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, this is really bad. Okay, let's go here. They're so much better in this position, but I'm just up on time. Okay, let's go here. Free stuff. And they do flag the game. Holy cow, that's such a bad victory. And we do grab the dirtiest 26 points of rating absolutely ever. J Meister in the chat says, sorry I can't play a game with you right now, but hopefully I'll catch you next time. Yeah, sure. No problemo. Thanks for stopping by. All right, with that, we have 2 victories under our belt. Let me check the rules real quick. Pawns promote to a general or rook on the 6th rank. So I'm going to assume that pawns include pawn variations like the sergeant and the soldier in this case, which explains a lot. I did not see this rule, I'm gonna be honest. Well, that's one way to learn. Anyways, with that, we have 2 victories under our belt. Let's go ahead and do a 3rd game. Deli in the chat says, what the heck is this variant? I really thought I knew until about 30 seconds ago, and then I realized I didn't know anything about this variant. All right, we get paired with and a banana? Not quite. We'll go ahead and start by advancing the soldier again. They are rated 1651, so they've at least either been around in this variant, or they're like me, where they already had a rating because the ratings are, amalgamated between different variants. Okay, so they advance the soldier. Let's go here. Right, they advance again. I mean, if they push and promote, I can just take it, so it's not a huge concern at the moment. They bring out the sergeant. Ooh, they are playing very fast. Okay, let's go. Oh, if I go here to target this, I mean, they're obviously going to see it, no? Okay, let's play this instead. We'll offer them the trade, and then we'll just take back. But in the interest of getting rid of some of their pieces, we'll go ahead and start simplifying. I don't want to just allow them to grab all the space on the board. Okay, sergeant comes out in this way, threatening to take, but I can always take back. Let's bring the king out to play as well. Ooh, sergeant advances again, threatening to take, but that can always be recaptured, so let's bring out the knight and try to boot that sergeant out of there. Okay, they just take back, gotcha. All right, we'll take back with the king, and they push this outside pawn. Very interesting. Well, I'm gonna push towards the center. Again, what I mentioned earlier, I just imagine that space on this side of the board is worth more than space on this side. Again, if they try to promote, I'm just gonna take back, so I can sort of focus on continuing my plan. I will say they play very, very quickly, so I have to be precise, but I can't let my time run down too far because they will definitely, I think, outbullet me. Okay, they push this sergeant forward again. Still no new threats that I see, so I'll keep developing. Okay, the soldier advances. Let's just keep grabbing space. Even if it's little by little, any space that I can grab is advantageous. You know, in the long future, eventually, I might even be able to remove this dragon knight and the king and actually move my king to the winning square. Okay, they bring out the knight. Let's go here and push it back. It shouldn't have any safe squares. Yeah, so it retreats. Let's go here next and target the sergeant. The knight wants to reroute, I think, this way. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that I can do anything about that. You'd imagine I could just move the sergeant back and it will cover the two squares that the knight would be able to move into. Ooh, the dragon knight comes out to play. I think I can take this. Pawn comes out, let's just go back. Or rather, the soldier comes out. And these guys all kind of just stare at each other, so this should be totally fine. Yeah, time is definitely going to be the biggest thing that I have to worry about here. Let's try this. Should they take? I take back. Sure. Oh, this is free. Yeah, and they do in fact take it, so let's kind of just bum rush the position. I'm starting to even out the time situation a tiny bit, which is good. Let's go here and try to push. I'm going to move this over first to make sure that that dragon knight doesn't try to come back. Right, okay, they're focusing their attack over here. So I think that I should be able to overwhelm this position and force my king to that winning square. Even if they promote or get a rook or whatever, I think I should be fast enough. Right, they move back, let's go here. Oh, I get to promote. Of course I'm gonna promote to a general. That's basically like promoting to another king. Sure, they take, I'll take back. And then the next thing I can do actually is just promote this sergeant. I totally forgot that I can promote as well. That should have been on my mind the entire time actually. Okay, so let's go here. And then I just want to promote to a general, or I guess a rook would make a little more sense. So I can take, shuffle out of the way, move my king over. And I should be, you know, in plenty of time. Go ahead and grab that rook. Oh, that's a good mechanic to know. And with that, we do win game number 3. 40 points of rating is preposterous. I love these rating jumps. We do have, oh, I never put the chat back up. Ooh, I'm gonna say good game. Okay, and in the chat, they're just talking about how the different pieces move and stuff. I'm kind of liking this variant. So let's go ahead and throw in one last bonus game. All right, game number 4. We do, in fact, get J Meister. I'll go ahead and throw good luck in the chat. He says maybe I can sneak a quick game in. That's so funny. Okay, we'll start with the exact same strategy. He says good luck and you too. Okay, the knight develops. I think I'm just gonna go with the exact same plan. Just bumped my mic, I don't know if it picked that up. Of just advancing on what I want to call the king side of the board, and eventually putting enough pressure on the opponent that we sort of break through and do get that king on the square. Let's do the same fianchetto idea. Pawn advances, or rather the soldier advances, threatens this pawn. We'll go here and simply defend it. They do take, we'll go ahead and take back. I'm happier about being the one to take back because ultimately that means I'm the one that has a piece placed further into the board, whereas the opponent sort of just traded off their piece. The dragon knight comes out and targets the bishop. I do think I just have to go back. I don't think I have too much to think about there. Soldier advances, let's just keep developing our pieces. Ooh, that's a pretty nice square. We'll go ahead and trade that off. They take with the dragon knight. Interesting. Now the problem is I'm kind of forked here. Should I take, well, here's the thing. If I take with the bishop, the knight takes, and then I'm definitely forked. But because this is a dragon knight, it can't actually jump over and capture this. So I can actually develop my king and defend the soldier first, and then after decide whether or not I think this is a fair trade, which I think I've already kind of decided it's probably not. He says, I always lose to you. I'm gonna say, play your best. You got this. trademark smiley face. You have to believe. You got to believe in yourself a little bit. All right, the soldier advances. I mean, to be fair, the whole point of me making these videos is that, at least in theory, I understand the rules, which I've disproved today, before I go into play, so I have some familiarity with the variant, whereas you guys kind of just find out when you come in and randomly observe my games. The soldier does advance. Of course, I'm going to take back. Knight can't really take because it hangs. Ooh, wait a minute. It definitely can take. Should I take back? There's this fork. That's super interesting, actually. But they don't take. They just say, I will, with a trademark smiley face in chat. Ooh, thank goodness they didn't notice that. That would have been pretty devastating. Okay, let's go here, and that way we actually defend the soldier. Ooh, bishop comes out to play. This isn't actually free because should I capture, it unleashes the dragon, which can take back. But it does threaten my sergeant, so I have to keep advancing. I'm a little bit on edge. I feel like I'm not sure how much of this advancement is by choice. It feels like I'm kind of forced to continue to catch up with my pieces. They do take. I think I'm okay with that trade. Oh, I hang this though. But luckily they move the dragon back. Okay, let's keep grabbing space. The dragon moves back, targets the king. Again, I kind of have to move back here, but then I drop this. Okay, I'll advance again. Very, very sketchy position. I've done a decent job of developing, quote unquote, but only a few select pieces. This is the only piece that I don't want to develop is the Dragon Knight, because of course I want it defending this. But everything else, this king, this knight, this sergeant, all of these pieces I want to get out into the game, but I'm sort of playing catch up defending my own pieces. Right, they do take. Luckily, I can take back, so I think that's actually a super favorable trade for me. The sergeant advances. All right, let's get some developing on the board. If they do attack me again, I'll just move back. I will concede. Right, I think they've finally noticed that they're super low on time, so now they are going to blitz out a couple of moves. I will try to do the same to keep that time pressure on them. I'm not that far behind myself, to be fair. Sure, let's put some more pressure on that sergeant. King advances. Very tempting to bring this guy out. Let's bring out this king as well. The more the merrier. Ooh, Dragon Knight comes out. Doesn't actually threaten anything because it's trapped by this. They're bringing their king over, but they're not going to make it because I still have this on the board. Let's move the king back. I think we just managed to waste a couple of moves for them by allowing them to move the royal king over. Let's go ahead and take with this. Sure, we'll go for the trade. I think I can just trade everything off and I should just be winning. So we'll just kind of bum rush the enemy. And with that, we do actually cross 1800 in rating and gain 22 points. They say no in chat. It was a very, very close game, especially considering it's their first time playing this variant. I'm going to say good game. Chess Lover says, do you have time for a quick game? Of course I do. Sure. I'll send a challenge. All right, this will be the last game. How's that? All right, with that, we do enter the last game. I do get the red pieces, so I get to move first, and I'm gonna go with the exact same plan as before. I'll admit, I'm a lot more confident now that I've kind of used these variant pieces a little bit more. I'm a little bit more confident that I understand how they work, and I do think that playing fast is a very, very advantageous thing in this variant. Actually, I was looking at the top-rated players' games, and in a lot of their games, they're actually playing 1-0 against their opponent. So they're playing this, but in bullet, which you can imagine is just terrifying for both sides, but a great way of gaining some rating. They do say good luck in chat. I totally forgot. Good luck, trademark smiley face. I can't deny I did the same thing myself with 3-check at one point, where I just wanted to gain a bunch of ratings. So, knowing a couple of the traps and stuff, I decided to just play bullet. It didn't really work out in my favor, but it would definitely work here with all of these strange rules and pieces and what have you. Like you can see, we're already up almost 40 seconds. So as long as I just continue to play, relatively standard, or as standard as you can in a variant like this, and just develop my pieces and gradually gain more space and don't blunder anything, which is actually very similar to what you do in normal chess, I should be in a great spot. They say, is this for a video? It sure is. Play your best. That's so funny. All right, knight comes out. Let's just keep developing. They say yay. That's funny. All right, again, there's no need to overthink this. They say hi, guys. They're talking to you, YouTube. They say hi. All right, they develop their sergeant as well. Let's just keep developing. I don't think there's any... Oh, I could have taken this. Oh, okay, I'm playing too fast now. On the bright side, I'm up more than a full minute. I'm up like a minute and 15 seconds. But I can't let silly things like that slide past me. Luckily, it's not a huge disadvantage. It's a pretty uncomfortable inconvenience, but we do get the chance to take back that material. Okay, they're under a minute now, so we should definitely be able to apply some serious pressure, especially once we've finished developing all of our pieces. I do think they stick the king in there thinking maybe they could win the game, but unfortunately, it does have to be the royal king. This is a very cool concept. I like this idea. I think every chess player has thought at one point or another that it would be interesting to play with their king as a regular piece. And this concept of a royal king as opposed to a regular old Joe king that you just pulled off the street is very, very interesting. They say like and subscribe. They should. They definitely should. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, you definitely should subscribe. The bishop does slide back. Yeah, I just think the time advantage here is enormous. Yeah, the knight goes back. I can pretty much play anything, I think. Again, as long as I don't do another obscene blunder like that or miss a pretty clear opportunity, I should be in for a game where I can just sort of push all of my pieces over and flag them well before I even have to start my attack. Yeah, the soldier advances again. Let's go. Ooh, if I play there, they take. Gotta be a little bit careful. Let's shuffle this king over. Let's do this again. If they shuffle over, then we waste some of their time. All right, they advance the soldier. Okay, now I can definitely take. They have 2 seconds left. And with that, we do win our 5th and final game. In chat, they say 1 minute. I have to say something. Okay, I can wait a minute. They say, everyone, hi and bye. See you later. I'm gonna say good game. We also had Benjamin in chat who says, OMG, I actually made it in time to catch a game, and hi to YouTube. That is, in fact, they ask if that's the last game. That is the last game. GG's, everyone. All right, with that, we do win all 5 games that we played. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you do want to see, or if you do want to try out this variant for yourself, it will be the first link down in the description. I do apologize to everybody that was talking in chat. I didn't have it set up, and then I didn't think it was worth it, and then eventually it was worth it, but I didn't have it set up by then. I will just set it up before the videos moving forward. I just had to use a different OBS setup. But yeah, shout out to you guys in chat. Thank you to everybody that played, and I will see you guys in the next one.